Hey y'all, hey, come on in, come on in. It's your girl Hope with JCD Creation, guys. I just had a little small haul. I stopped by Hobby Lobby on my way in from Tampa, and I picked up a few things. Someone texted me about an order for I guess maybe a housewarming gift. So I swung in there to see what I could find, which I didn't find anything. I saw one thing that I thought I could use. However, I said I'll wait until she contact me back to let me know exactly which room she want to work with, or if she want to do a whole home situation type of gift. Because normally when she contacts me for a gift, she has a room in mind. So this time she didn't specify, and mainly because she was on her way to a meeting. So with that being said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off. I checked with my store, and my store do have that same item. So I'm okay with that. Y'all excuse me for bending down. I just have a little small haul that I got from Hobby Lobby. Y'all don't mind this. I'm preparing for the women's conference that I have after Father's Day. It's the weekend after Father's Day. So these are just some things that I'm preparing with. These are the mugs and the tumblers that I showed you guys already. So they're locked and ready, locked and loaded. I just gotta get them downstairs, as LVE would say. Okay, so I found this little tin. This is really cute. Oh, let me adjust y'all, because y'all look like y'all are mighty high. Okay, that look a lot better. Okay. So this little tin, it's metal. I got this, guys. It was regular $24.99, and I got it for $4.24, which is not bad. So this would make for a good gift. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I'm sure I'm going to use it as a concept. It's very sturdy, and it's got a little weight to it. Okay. I also picked this up to go with my gaming concept that I have coming up. Or I might use it for Christmas. This was on sale. I got this for like $3. It's regular $12. I got it for $3. I picked up this cooling eye mask kit gift set. I picked this up to go with my Squashmallow concepts. And I picked this little journal up, which is so cute. It's a Squashmallow journal, which is really cute. Excuse me, guys. I had to sneeze. But yeah, this is a activity journal. So I picked that up to go with my Squashmallow stuff. And I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4. I picked up 6 of these eye mask sets. As you guys know, they were on sale. They had to go and mark these down because they weren't marked properly. And they didn't have a problem with doing it. So I was excited that I didn't have to call corporate yet again. Okay, guys. Excuse my reach. And I picked up 2 more of these cosmetic bags. So I picked those up to go along with my Squashmallow eye mask set and journal set. And as you guys know, I have the toothbrush and the toothpaste and all that stuff that goes with it. And I have loads of Squashmallows, so I'll be using that. I picked up 4 of these Fashion Angel. Let's see it. Don't pay attention to the price because that's not what I paid. So yeah, they had to do it at the register again, 75% off. So this is like it says artistic expressions and designs. It's over 1,000 stickers. And I think this is going to be really nice for someone. So it's a sticker activity book. So I got 4 of those. I picked up another Juicy Couture. I picked up another sensory toy. Uh-oh, my thing fell down. Sorry, guys. I picked this up for my neighbor basket that they're ordering for their daughter. I think I'm going to, I don't know if I want to use these as bookends. I got 2 of these, and they're going to go in her bedroom. So I don't know if I'm going to do 2 of these as like bookends, or if I'm just going to put one, you know, for just the decor. So I'll decide that once I start putting her basket together. And I also have this. It says Little Answered Prayers. And that's so cute. I love the beading. I love the fact that it's gray and white as well. Yeah, I know I love me some good neutral colors. Okay, and I picked this little Mario cup up. I picked up 2 of these to go with my Mario kits. Concepts. I'm sorry, not kits. Concepts. So that's all I have, guys. I'm gonna attempt to go out tomorrow for street sales, but we'll see if the weather permit or if I can get out there in time. You guys know that transportation is a situation for me right now, so I may not be able to go out at all. If I don't, then I'll just, you know, I just have to roll those gifts over to Christmas or Valentine's or whatever, or any occasion gifts. I only had a few that had dad in them anyway, and I think it was like maybe 3 of them. So I'm okay with I'm okay, but I'm not okay with it. So I mean, there's nothing I could do. There's no need of crying over spilt milk or anything that I can't control. So that's that. I see that you ladies are out selling, and you guys are doing quite well. I'm so proud of you guys. Continue to sell, sell, sell. Don't be discouraged. If you don't sell any or as many as you want, or any at all today, because tomorrow they may be coming like a rushing flood, okay? So just stay encouraged and be prepared for what's about to happen, okay, guys? Because I'm sure that you guys are going to sell something. So what we have to keep in mind is that selling something is better than not selling any at all, because that inventory could be very well still sitting at your house, not making you any money, okay? So at least you're out there. They know you're out there. So even if you sell 1 basket, that's 1 more than what you did, more than what you sold, okay? So just remain positive and think positive about the situation. And then if you don't sell anything, it's okay too, because those gifts can roll over to Christmas. There's a lot of people looking for gifts for guys during Christmas. And, oh, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. There's a lot of people looking for gifts for guys during Christmas as well. So look at it as if these are baskets that you will have to push forward, and that put you in the other amount of baskets that you didn't sell ahead of for Christmas, okay? Or if you want to save them for Valentine's, or however you want to do it. Just stay encouraged and know that whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen regardless, okay? And then if you feel like you have some gifts that did not sell, just rethink your gift. Look at it and think about, what could I have done differently? And it may not be anything that you could have done differently. It may just not have had that particular customer looking for that particular gift. But if you go back and reevaluate your gift and you see, maybe I should have did this, or I could add this to make this better. And of course, whatever you add is going to amp the price up. Okay. So we have to think about our pricing, what's in it, how did we present it, and if there's a better way we could have presented it. And if so, it's an easy fix. For me, flat concepts does not do as well. So my flat concepts that I had for last year, or for Christmas last year, I revamped them this year for Father's Day, but they're no longer in a flat concept. So I'm going to see how that worked for me when I go out. And if your grilling baskets are not working for Father's Day, and if you go out and you do other sales, or if you sell anything for the summer events like 4th of July and stuff like that, then go back out and sell them for the 4th of July, because they may want them then. So you never know. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry about yawning in y'all ears and face. But yeah, just rethink it, revamp it, reorganize it, resell it. If you got summer toys, I would say take those out too. If you got women gift, take those out too, because you have women that are mom and dad, So you got to think about that. And if you have women gifts, go ahead and take them out, because you never know if somebody's looking for graduation. Some graduations are still happening, especially different colleges. They graduate different times of the year. Or birthday gifts people are looking for. So you just never know, even a just because gift. Just take whatever you have, not just Father's Day. If you got some kids gifts, I'm going to take some children gifts out with me as well, that have some summer things in them, like water guns, water balloons, so anything summery. The badminton games that I had, I'm going to take them out and sell them as is. I'm not going to put them in a basket. I'm not going to put it with anything else. I'm going to sell them as is. I'm going to also take out some of these freeze pops and slush puppies that we have, and I'm thinking about putting them in a bundle and sell them in a bundle, so that I can get rid of some of them before they expire. So those are some things that you may want to think about. And yeah, Father's Day, but also you have other baskets. You have other products that you could take out. So take them out. Just because it's Father's Day don't mean that you just have to sell Father's items. Okay? Father's Day items. Especially when you're trying to promote yourself. I don't know if some of you are trying to promote yourself as an all occasion gift basket, or a all occasion business. But if you are, always be prepared to have things for different occasions. I even have a few more graduation gifts that I'm gonna make up, because I didn't make up anything for graduation, because I didn't go out there with graduation stuff. So I know here they have some graduations at the end of June. They have some during July for college. Their different departments graduate at a certain time. And then when I go out for Christmas, I'm going to take some more graduation items out, because there are also going to be graduations in December. So that's my plan. I'm going to take, let me see what I have. I have a few mug concepts that I may take out with me as well. Some of my women give, I want to take some, but I want to make sure I take a certain amount, because I still do have that woman's conference the weekend after Father's Day, which is what, the 21st. So I don't want to like take out all of my women gifts that I had left over. Excuse me, I had maybe 5 or 6 left from Mother's Day. Oh my God, excuse me, guys. From Mother's Day. And so I am going to take those out, of those 5. But then I also have some more that I had reserved for just the event that I'll be doing on the 21st, to go along with the mug sets and the tumbler sets that I have back there. I'm also going to take my weekenders. I showed you guys the big weekenders. I'm going to take those and I'm going to sell those as is. I'm not doing anything different to them. I'm going to sell them for 25 bucks or 30 bucks a piece. And that's going to be it. Because my thinking is that since it's a woman's conference, whether it be small, medium, or large, I know that they're shopping. They're coming here from New Jersey, New York, Texas, Alabama. They're coming from all over, even North and South Carolina. So they're coming here for this conference. And I know they're going to be shopping. So I'm going to have those weekenders ready for them to be able to put their spare gifts in, or their luggage, whatever they purchase, they could use that as another set of luggage, okay, to travel back home with, rather it be via plane or car. They will have something to put their extra items in. I'm also going to take some of those, that brown bag, that brown purse, tan and brown checkered purse that I got from Pop Shelf. I'm going to take a few of those, and I'm trying to decide if I want to put anything in them and stage them as a business work bag or a church Bible study bag. Either way, I'm thinking if I want to do that or not. I may do one just as a sample and sell it, because I might do 2, because I think I purchased some more. So I think I'll do 2. I'll do one as a work bag and one as a Bible study bag. And so what I'm going to try to include in the work bag is, let's see, I have some LED, I'm looking at my shelf, I have some LED mouse pad, LED mouse pad. I have Bluetooth speakers. I have the sign that say work it or rise and grind, those little neon lights. I have that. For the work bag, I also have what else? I think I have like a little neck massager, a little massager that you can put on your neck. I'm not sure if I want to put that in there, but I do have like some notepad sets that I'm gonna put in there. Also, because the bag it looks big, but I'm thinking once I put those bulky items, it's gonna take up some space. I'm gonna include a water bottle, one of the ones that I'm gonna be selling individually. I'm gonna include that. I'm gonna include an LED coaster. Because I'm thinking, okay, on your desk, you can sit it on your desk and it's cute. So I'm going to also put some hand cream in there for them. I'm just trying to think what else I could put in their work bag. I know I'm going to put some dividers, like some little sticky note pads. I am going to include that. Anything work related that they could probably put on their desk, I'm going to put in there. I also have some, what are these? Okay, I also have, what I could put in there is some miniature clipboards. I'm going to include that in there. Some highlighters, some pens. I also have one of the little desk vacuums that I got. I'm going to include that. So I'm thinking anything that they could probably freshen up through with the day. Some gum for sure, because you're at your desk. You want your things. My idea is to where you can just dump everything in your bag. I may even include a cosmetic bag, because when we're working, I don't know, in my handbag, I'm gonna have to show you guys. I have different pouches for different things in my handbag, especially my work bag. I have a toiletry bag in there for like my essentials like gum, my dental sticks, a portable toothbrush, or a little tube of um toothpaste, and I have a miniature bottle of mouthwash in there as well. I also have me some Clorox wipes. Um, if I'm going to, go to the restroom or going to somewhere and I need to wipe it down or something, those are the things that I keep in that particular bag, and a miniature deodorant, just things that you can freshen up while you're out working on the street or even traveling. So I also have a bag that has my electronics in it. It has, if I'm on the street working, I have one for my street bag, working on the street bag, and one for my everyday purse. In that particular bag, I keep my rechargeable battery. I keep in my work bag. I keep my rechargeable battery, my square. I get extra cords from the store for my cell phones, just in case I forget mine. So I keep those things always in my electronic bag. In that bag, I also have extra adapters for my cell phone. I have my microphone in there. I have my counterfeit pen. No, I don't. That's in another bag. So those are my electronics that I keep in there. So those are the things that I keep in there. In my electronic bag, I also keep my Bluetooth charger in there. I have 2 sets, one for my work bag, one for my regular bag. Hey, baby. I also have in there my Bluetooth speaker, that's in my work bag as well, and my fan. So that's what I keep in my electronics bag. And then, I have my snack bag. In my snack bag, I have, my candy, my chips, my cookies, whatever I'm going to take. I also have my fruit, my water, and stuff like that. And then I have my essentials for work, which contains my apron, my markers, I also keep a set of tags in there. I keep an ink pen in there. I keep my counterfeit pen in there as well. I also keep my square in that particular bag. All the things I need for work goes in that pouch. So I wanted to show you guys how I organize my handbag. And I label each tag, like on the zipper, you put your tag with your zipper, and that's what it is. So that's very helpful. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, I love you. Good night. Sorry, guys. That was my camera. Y'all know he got to come tell his granny good night. So those are the things that I keep in my work bag. And of course, if I'm taking, if I have to take meds through the day, I also have a bag for my medication. So, in there, I keep my EpiPen. I keep my medication that I'm going to have to take while I'm out. I keep a small bottle of water. And I also keep peanut butter crackers in there, as well as the little tablets, because I'm diabetic. So I keep those little tablets in there, as well as a mini Coca-Cola And I also take a miniature orange juice just in case my levels drop and I need to hurry up and get it back up, as well as those soft peppermints. So that's what I keep in my work bag. And most of the times what's in my work bag, I duplicate in my personal everyday bag as well. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Make sure, guys, I know you guys are going out. Stay hydrated. This heat is something else. Stay hydrated. And if you're not sure about your weather, make sure you take you a poncho with you. In case it rains, you got to make a mad dash to grab your gifts and cover your gifts up. You want to also stay dry. You don't need to get sick in this weather. So also take you a poncho, umbrella, or whatever. I normally just take my rain suit just in case, along with my rain boots, because I live in Florida. You never know when you're gonna get some rain. 1 minute it says gonna rain, and then it might rain for maybe 5 minutes and clear out, and then come back with a vengeance, or start out in a vengeance, and then sometimes it says not gonna rain and it pours. So I just always keep that kind of stuff with me. So I figure I don't have time to be fighting with an umbrella, because if the wind is high and I'm trying to grab my gifts, I can't grab my gifts with a umbrella, and I can't grab my gifts if I'm fighting to hold on to the umbrella and the wind is taking it. So that's why I choose to use my rain suit. And of course I got my rain boots too. So my full gear. Also, like Boss Lady Fee have on there, I can't figure out how to get the plastic around it to keep it. I guess my shower curtains are just too cheap or whatever, but they're the ones that I got from the Dollar Tree, and they're not working for me. So I found comfort in getting a U-Haul and just setting up in a U-Haul, which helps me, or a Pins or a truck, whatever truck you get. It helps me to not have to fight against the wind, and I don't have to wipe the pollen off, because the pollen is really, really bad here right now. I don't have to worry about constantly dusting it. I don't have to worry about the ants crawling on the table, and these poisonous caterpillars that are out, and it's just a lot. So what I do is I set up on the truck. I also set up my tent and maybe 1 or 2 tables outside. And I put I'll say anywhere from 5 to 10 gifts out there on the table, 5 on each table. And that's just to let them know that I do have gifts out there. And so when they come and they stop, then my husband is on one side if he's there, and then I'm sitting behind the truck. So they'll go and look at the table, and he'll say, we have more to look at on the truck. And then I show them what I have on the truck, and let them pick what they like for, to purchase. And I go from there with that. But I found that works best for me. It's an easy setup. It's a quick setup, because what I do is I put my rugs down. I set up my tables and attach them to the board. After I do that, then we load the boxes in front of whatever table those gifts are going to go on in the truck. I either put them under the table, those particular boxes, or in front of that particular table in the floor and it fills up the floor. But for the most part, I push them, I put as many boxes under the table as I possibly can, because the table is going to keep them held under there, because I've already put the tablecloth on, and that helps. So then what I do is we put the shelves up on the side, and then sometimes we put the tents in the back, or we lay them on the floor, so that's the first thing that we pull off. And the 2 tables that we're going to set up outside, we lay them on the floor in front of the gifts on the table. That way, when we pull the tents off, we can, the tents and the two tables off, we already know, okay, once that's off the truck, I can go ahead and start setting up the boxes, that, opening the boxes and setting them up. That's going to be on the truck. So I put the tents, the table on the floor, and on the side of that, in front of one of my shelving units, what I do is whatever gifts are going to go on those two tables outside, I put them in the front, so that when we are grabbing the tables, once we put the tables, the cloths and stuff on the tables, we already know this particular box right here goes out with those tables and those tents. Once that's out the way, I go ahead and, put the stuff on the tables. So it's easy setup for me. A lot of times I'm there by myself until my husband gets off. And it works for me because if I need to excuse myself to go to the ladies' room, all I have to do is bring those little few gifts from the table and set them in the floor of the U-Haul or Penske or whoever I'm renting from, and pull it down, lock it, and go to the restroom. Put my little sign out that says I'll be right back, or what have you. So that seems to work for me. So that's what I'll be doing, and that's the benefit of having a truck. Now, what don't benefit you is you're spending extra money before you make money. So it's one of those things that you have to do as a business owner. If you don't have the proper vehicle to transport your things, or you got to do what you got to do to get out there on the street to do what you have to do. Mind you, street selling is not for everyone. I would advise everyone to check with your city, check with your county, check with your state, to find out if street vending is allowed. Also, I encourage everyone to go ahead and get your license. Get your legitimate paperwork, so that if you do run into a situation, you will not have all these fines. Because the real is that if they catch you out there making money and you're not legal, those fines are healthy. They're from 1,000 and up. So the best thing to do and the cheapest thing to do is to go ahead and just get your license. Get your sales tax license, or whatever they may call it in your city, your state, your county. And there's a difference, because what you may be able to do in the city, the county may not allow it. What you are able to do in a county, the city may not allow it. So it's good to know what part is the city and what part is the county. And it's good to go to either of them to find out what can you do, what can you not do. Some cities allow you to do it. Some cities require you to have a tent license. Some counties require you to have a tent license. So the thing about it is that they do that because of your tent can fly off and hit someone's car or truck, and you're responsible. And that comes with the fine, because now you don't know if you needed a license for your tent to be up or not. So it's best to find out what you need to do. And a lot of people don't know that. And also, even if you're setting up on private property, if you do not know who that particular owner is, it's the way to find out is to go to the city or the county, wherever it is, and they can tell you who the property belongs to. They may not be able to tell you how to contact them, but you can get on old Google Smoogle and find out. Or they may tell you, hey, this is the owner of this property. or, and you explain to them what you're trying to do and you want to contact them, they may go ahead and do that and give you the information. Unless it's noted in their system not to render that information to anyone. If that is the case, then they will not render that said information to you guys. But yes, find out if you can sell on the streets, if it's allowed or permitted. If it's allowed and permitted, is it allowed and permitted in the city? If it's allowed and permitted in the state. As far as private property, always try to contact the owner of the property, because again, it's a liability for yourself, for your customers, and definitely for the property owner. Because if someone get injured, if they trip and fall, say they trip on your tablecloth, or they trip on your string on your tent, or they trip on your tent, or anything, trip on one of your boxes or one of your setups that you have, anything pertaining to your business, they injure themselves via that, they'll sue you, and then they'll turn around and sue the property owner. Sorry, guys. So yeah, find out for sure. But like I said, that it's a liability. Even if you have insurance for your business, they still on private property, and they can still go after the homeowner or the property owner of that said property, whether it be commercial or not. So this is why a lot of them don't want us setting up on their property without proper notification. And then if you're setting up on their property to cover yourself, and they say, yeah, you can set up, get it in writing. That way, if they're not there, and the authorities come and say, hey, you have to move, you don't have permission to be here, and that particular owner is not there to say, yeah, I told them they can, you will already have it in writing, and you can present that to them. Okay? So that's going to cover you, and that's going to stop them from saying, hey, you got to go. Because a lot of times they don't know that you have permission until they talk to the owner. So those are some things that we need to make sure we take care of. I mean, we're going to be in business. The business licenses are not that expensive, especially if you're, I don't know, as far as where you're at. That's why I say contact your city hall, the people in your city, in your state, to find out what you need to do. I know mine here in Florida, my license was not that expensive. So you have to weigh your options. If you want to pay this $40, $50, $60, or if you want to pay thousands of dollars in fines and fees and be frustrated when you get run off. So the best thing to do is to always do what you're supposed to do, and get your permits, whether it be peddler's license, regular license, business tax receipt. They're called many different things in different areas. Everybody's state is different. That's why I say call and do your research. Don't listen to what I have to say. Don't listen to what anyone else have to say, because it matters in your city, in your state, your county. And now what goes for me here where I am at, I had to get a whole different set of license in Orlando. Okay? I'm in DeBary. I have to go, when I go and do stuff in Orlando, I had to have proper paperwork for Orlando, because they're two different, they're they're 30 minutes apart. But that city and that county does different from my city and my county. Even though we're like just across the line, it doesn't matter. So that's what I'm saying. Make sure the different areas that you think you may want to sell in, even if you go outside of your area, make sure that you have what you need for that particular area as well. I mean, you got to do your research. It's going to take a few minutes to find out, and you may have to take, one day and just do some administration work and call around to find out what you need to do to run your business and run it legally. Because again, you don't want these stiff fines. You don't want them. And guys, always be mindful that these people do have. I don't know if anybody's selling inspired items or not, but be aware that these people do have secret shoppers, and they will watch you for months and months on end, on into years, if you're selling inspired items. Be careful. There's no real way of knowing, because they're secret shoppers, and that's what they do. They'll disguise themselves as returning customers. And we all want returning customers, but keep in mind, and I'm not trying to make anyone afraid, but these are the things that I have firsthand knowledge of, and that I've seen it happen to people that I know personally, whether it be in the cake business or on the selling side. Okay, so be mindful that they have secret shoppers, and these secret shoppers' their only job is to come and purchase merchandise from you and report back that, yeah, this is what she sold me, and this is inspired by. Okay. They don't care if it's Roach instead of Coach. They don't care if it's Louis Vuitton instead of Louis Vuitton, or any of these other labels. Blueberry versus, it is what it is. And that's what they do. That's their only job, to secret shop, because those fines are steep. And even if you're pressing shirts and you're pressing these things on shirts, don't do it. Don't do it, or don't tell nobody you're doing it, or be mindful when you do it, because those things are trademarked. Army, Navy, the Eastern Stars, the Masons, all of the sororities. Let's see, Army, Navy, Marines, all of the military items are in fact copywritten. All of the sororities, including the Masons and the Eastern Stars, also, oh God, what's the name of that other company? Anyway, if you guys are doing inspired anything, Coach, these characters, cartoon characters, all of this stuff, they are watching, they are shutting down. And here's the thing: if they shut your business down for any of those usage of any of those things, even the NFL stuff, it's okay. Now, if you have a resale license, you could resell the actual NFL items, but not the NFL inspired. You get it? If you print a shirt and sell it, it's copywritten. All the sport teams are copywritten. Now, if you go and purchase some NFL shirts, cups, socks, whatever, that will be covered under your resale license. And you can do that. You just can't go and produce your own and sell it. Now, what you can do is reproduce it and gift it to family. and friends. You cannot charge for them. So that is, you can do that. It's a gift. So just keep in mind, guys, because here's the thing. If they catch you doing it under your business name, you could be fined up to, starting at anywhere from 1,000 on up. Okay. And I've seen it go up as far as $85,000 in fines. And then on top of the fines, you have to pay restitution for all the items that you've sold with that company or logo or whatever it is, or inspired by. You have to pay restitution for all of that. Plus, they shut your business down indefinitely. You cannot open another business with that name, or they could ban you from opening a business at all. So it's that serious, guys. I've seen it done. I'm a member of a cake club in Virginia, and our attorney came and spoke to us about making these, because I do 3D cakes and custom cakes, about making these logo cakes with Chanel and Louis Vuitton and Coach and Burberry and, all these other names, all these character cakes and stuff like that. We were advised to, if they're on our social media, to take them down, okay, and take them completely out of our book. We have flip books is what we call them, and to remove them and do not offer them. Well, this one lady did not listen. She kept them on her website. She was advertising them. She kept them in her flip book at her storefront. Beautiful storefront. And she sold items. She sold character cakes. She sold you can get the kits and sell them sometimes. They'll allow you to do it within the law if you purchase that particular license to resell the kit. Okay? But Louis Vuitton and Coach and all them, they're not giving you permission to do any of that. And to purchase their license is upward of 10 grand to use their stuff. If you purchase purchase that particular usage license, and then you could only use it so many times. Okay? So she didn't listen, as our attorney instructed us to do. Next thing you know, she even had a restaurant on this. She had a bakery on one side, and she had a restaurant on the other side. It was beautiful, really nice, well maintained, well kept. Her cakes are simply amazing. And she didn't listen because she's above the law. She don't think it applies, and she didn't listen to our attorney. And these people been coming and buying cakes. I mean, flying off the shelf. All kind of stuff. They were purchasing from her. And I asked her, I said, you don't find it strange that these people come multiple times and not just a certain amount of times, like birthdays and holidays? You know what I'm saying? They just keep coming back and purchasing the same type of cake. Either it's a Louis Vuitton, or it's either a Coach, either it's a Disney character, or and that's every time they come. And I said, you don't find that strange? I said, you need to take those out of your store and tell them, like I tell them, I could do the color for you, but I'm not doing I'll do the color all day. I'll do the colors all day. However, I'm not gonna do that particular thing for you. Now, you go purchase a Louis Vuitton or a Float or a you know, one of them, if you go purchase one, I'll happily put it on your cake and I will fix it to where it won't get damaged. And that could be that person's gift, you see. But I'm not gonna carve a cake to look like that and put their logo on it unless it's for one of my family members, or, you know, and that's it. And that's because it's a gift and I'm making it for their party. Other than that, I'm not selling any of that thing. I'm not doing a cake for any of that. Okay. So again, she didn't listen. They ended up finally coming, and the person that was purchasing from her was an undercover agent. And the person that was posing as his wife was their secret shopper. So he was the agent that the company paid to come to make sure, yeah, this purchase is in fact true, that the secret shopper is reporting to them. Okay. So they both go in, pose as husband and wife. He ordered one cake. She ordered another cake. She's like, no, but I want this. And I'm thinking to myself, you don't find that strange that they're both in the same household, supposedly, but they both ordering different cakes at the same time with no explanation? Did you not think to ask them, well, why are you going to buy this? Well, you know, what's the story behind the separate cakes? The house is divided. I make jokes all the time about stuff like that. When they decide they're going to come in and the wife say, well, no, I want a cake. And the husband said, no, I want cupcakes, or whatever the case is. I said, uh-oh, the house is divided. I said, we got to come together. I said, why don't we do you a small 6-inch and give you 6 cupcakes? Let's do that. Compromise. But for them to come and order a sheet, you know, a cake to feed 60 people each, to me, that's a little suspect. Now, he wanted to get Louis Vuitton. She wanted to get, you know, Disney. Then the last time they came, she wanted to get Coach and Fendi. And I'm thinking, why do they keep getting these? Do you ask? And she said, no, it's none of my business. You need to make it your business. So she found out the hard way. When they came to pick up their cake, she charged them. She gave them their receipt. He then showed her his badge and gave her her shutdown notice. Apparently, she was warned via mail, email, a certified letter, email, and a phone call. She ignored all of them. So they shut her cake business down. And because her cake business was subbed under her, because of her restaurant was subbed under her cake business, they shut her restaurant down as well. They shut her Etsy shop down. They shut her Instagram, Facebook, anywhere she was publishing these cakes. Zappos. She had to go to court. She has to pay an $85,000 fine. She had to pay them restitution on all those cakes that she sold that she didn't have the rights to. She had to pay them all that money back. They stripped her of her license. She could never own another business. Ever. Even if she moved, she cannot. She can if she's risky, but if they retrace it, even if she go to another state, She's looking at 5 years in imprisonment. These companies are not playing. They don't care about the fact that the people that wear their labels are so infatuated with it that they want it on their cake. They don't care about that. They don't care that you want to rock their socks or their shirts and you want it custom made. They don't care about that. Because why? They sell socks, they sell shirts, they sell belts, they sell pants. You know what I'm saying? They sell the underwear. So you're cutting their business, you're cutting their profit. And they don't like that. Even Disney is cracking down too. A lot of Etsy shops, are shut down because of Mickey. Also, the NFL teams are shutting Etsy shops down as well. So, be mindful that this could happen. And again, I'm not trying to put fear in anybody. I'm just making it known to beware. And these are the things that are happening behind the scenes that you all may not even know about. So if these things are copywritten and trademarked, they have a website where you can go and see what's not. If they haven't renewed the classifications for them, you can go to a website and find out if they are still copywritten or still trademarked or if they're fair use. So I'll come back with the website. I don't know it right offhand. I have it written down in one of my mini notebooks, handy dandy notebooks, and I'll give you that information. Or you can Google and ask, what is the website where I can find out if something is trademarked or copywritten? Because these things are very, very serious, and they're not playing about it. And some of these companies immediately want you thrown in jail. They don't want you to do a fine, or they may want you to do $10,000 in fine and 5 years in jail, and no longer have your license, or 2 years in jail. It all depends on the company as to what they want to do. But they all want you to pay restitution. That's without saying, because you're using their logo to benefit and profit off of their logo. Again, you could go and purchase items that's official and sell them under your resale license. But even then, you need to research how to resell these items and what items are going to allow you to resell without purchasing their complete license to sell it. So just some food for thought, guys. Again, I'm not going to hold you guys up. It's getting late. I just got back into town. I need to really, really buckle down and prepare for the street. I need to also start working, guys, on weaning out what I'm going to use in this Juicy Couture gift and what I'm not going to use, because it's due on the 29th. So Father's Day is one weekend, okay? And then I have that other event the following weekend, and then the Juicy Couture shindig is going down on the 29th. So I have to get my Asica in gear, okay, and do what I need to do. And between those times, I have appointments that I have to get to. So I have to work diligently on getting those things done. And after that, I can breathe, reevaluate my space, start boxing up. I have to box up my whole complete office, guys, which means that all inventory that's in here, pray for me, has to be boxed up and moved out of here. I know. And I need to get it done so I can bring shelving in, determine how I'm going to put the shelving, where I'm going to put my workspace. I'm going to have to reconfigure everything. Where am I going to put my TV? This TV's got to go because I cannot see it across the room. So therefore, Mama need a bigger TV. Okay? So I need a bigger TV so I can see what's going on. I need a workstation so that I could put my baskets, work on my baskets. I also need my desk so that I could be on my laptop and use my monitors when I need to have double screens or triple screens going on. So I need to have a space for that. I'm thinking I'm going to use my sewing table that I purchased off of Facebook Marketplace. It's a sewing table that they had. It's huge. It's industrial and it's heavy. I like it because it has shelves on it, and the shelves are big enough, long enough for me to lay my long body bags on and my other bags on. So I also can put baskets under there. If I'm working on certain items, I can just put it under there as storage and work and grab. So I'm thinking I want that to be like my workstation per se. Then I got to find somewhere to put my ribbon holders, and my it's a mess, guys. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna have it organized. And I have three, Cameron room. I actually have 2 rooms that I could use, but I'm thinking I'm going to use Cameron room because he don't sleep in it. So what I'm thinking about doing is but that's going to be a lot of work too. I'm thinking about using these 3 rooms that is in here. That's extra. I'm thinking about putting all women stuff in one room. I don't have much men stuff. So I might be able to put the women and the men stuff together. And then in the other 2 rooms, put all the girl stuff in one room. And then all the boy stuff in another room. I'm thinking that will help me organize better. What you guys think? Is that team too much? Or do you think that's a game plan? Or does it make sense, guys, that what I'm saying? Because my way of thinking is that, okay, if I have all the women's stuff in one room, I could put it into categories and then bring them to my office within that category and put like items together, if that makes sense. And then I won't have straggling things like a face mask in one box that's in a room with the girl stuff, or a face mask in the men stuff, or you know what I mean? I won't have any straggling anything. So in my mind, it just seems like it makes sense that way. And I could put the women's stuff on one side of the room, and the little bitty men stuff I have, I'd probably take up one corner. But I'm thinking that would work. You know what I'm saying? The women, even on down to the pajamas, everything goes in that room that is catering to a woman. And then I feel like if I do that, I could break the rooms down. I could say, okay, I'm going to do this room for the whole week. And by then, I should be able to get all that stuff out of there within that week. Then go to the next room and do it for a week. And it may not take that long. It all depends on how much stuff is in there. You know what I'm saying? And that way it'll probably give me a chance to scan stuff as well and get it into my system. Because guys, what I want to do in 2026 is be better organized, that way I could work efficiently. I'm not looking for stuff. I know what I have in my inventory. I will not be overbuying. I will not be I spend so much time looking for stuff, guys, that I know I have. And then when I can't find it, guess what I end up doing? Going out and buy the same item that I already know I have. So I feel like if I do that, that's going to prevent me from having to look for stuff, because I'll say, okay, this is my woman's shelf. Excuse me. I have all this body wash right here. I need more lotion. I need more body mist. I have enough face mask, but I don't have enough lip balm. You see what I'm saying? So if I can see it, I can use it. And that's the biggest thing, that a lot of us, we don't see our product, so we don't use it. And so even in or out of season, if I'm going to be a year-round gift shop or do personal gifts year-round, I need to see my items year-round. You know what I mean? Even some of this summer stuff, some of these pools might need to be out. You know what I mean? Maybe 2 or 3 of them. Or in a location where I know, okay, I can go to closet 1 and I have pools, I have slides, I have the water sprinklers. All of my summer items are in this closet. On shelf 1, I got all pools. On shelf 2, water balloons. Shelf 3, I already know all my slides are there. You see what I'm saying? So things that I'm thinking need to be out year round is bubbles and chalk, because I live in Florida. The kids are always outside playing in something, you know. So I'm thinking, if I have all these things always out and I get a call, okay, here it is. But what I said I was going to do is make baskets year round. I'm going to come in here like it's my 9 to 5 and work from 9 to 5, either making small gifts. I'm going to put it in the hat, pull it out the hat. Okay, today, women small gifts. That's what I'm going to do until they're gone. Men medium gifts, or men grab and goes, kid grab and goes. I'm going to pull it out the hat. That way it takes the pressure off of me for trying to figure out what I'm going to do the night before. Because if your mind works like my mind work, if I know tomorrow I got to get up and work on women baskets, I'm going to be thinking all night about women concepts. You see what I'm saying? So that alleviates the stress off of me, and I don't have to worry about it. It's like a surprise, okay? It's a fun surprise. I'm going to work. I'm going to pull something out of the hat. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter what it is, because all of my items are out. I could see everything. And then I could say, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm going to go and shoot them a 4-piece grab and go. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the containers. That's all I got to do. See what I'm saying? So if I say, okay, I'm going to make 10 grab and goes today. I'm going to make 10 women grab and goes today. 10 grab and goes for men today. 10 grab and goes for a girl. 10 grab and goes for a boy. And 1 baby shower gift or 1 baby gift. All of my items are right here. I can see them. I know what's going to go in the grab and goes. And my baby section is over here. So I already know what I'm going to put in the baby basket, because I can see everything. I know where my containers are, and I'm thinking I'm going to put all my baskets in the closet that's in my office. I thought about putting my printers and all of that inside of there, but because I don't use my printers as often, but I'm going to start using them. My cutting machines are going to definitely be out because I am going to be incorporating different things in my business that I was doing before I started doing baskets. Paper crafting, party favors, custom t-shirts, umbrellas, hats, that type of thing. I'm going to incorporate those back into my business. So I have to think about where I'm going to put these items. How am I going to make it workable for me and make it where I could work efficiently? You know what I'm saying? So if I say, okay, well, I'm going to do demos or mock-ups for paper crafting today. Here's all my paper crafting items. Okay, I'm going to make this, and this. There you go. If I'm going to do chip bags, Pringle hats, Pringles, Pringle domes, or what have you, I'll have those items out. I could see them, and I could say, okay, I want to do a mock-up for an adult party. Here's my 40s. Here's my whatever. I'll have those items readily available where I can see them, and I can just grab them and create them. So my biggest things now is to find out where I'm going to put my baskets. Okay, and I'm thinking I'm going to put them in this closet. I don't want to feel like it's a waste of space of me using a waste of space, because then I thought about it. My overflow baskets, I could actually put them in the garage because they're plastic. My cloth baskets will forever remain in the house. I will not put them in the garage, even if there is a air conditioner out there. I don't want my plush out there in the garage. I don't want my pillows. I don't want my blankets. I don't want my cloth baskets out there either. Anything that's got cloth material will not go into the garage. Only things that will go in the garage are hard things, surfaces that I could wipe down. A vase, my totes. I don't even want my wicker baskets out there. It just gives me the EBGBs. So I will keep them in the house somewhere in one of these closets. So that's what I'll do. And if I find myself having more than what I need, I'll just create baskets with those particular baskets and be done with them. Okay. I also said that I was going to start donating baskets to different organizations per year. At least 20 baskets I'll donate per year or more. It all depends on whom and what organization I want to donate to. Okay. I've been in touch with this Catholic church that has opened up a home or a facility for teenagers that are pregnant and their parents put them out, or they just don't have anyone. So I've been in contact with them, and I've donated a lot of things to them. I took some stuff straight from the store. When I went to the store, I went to Family Dollar, and y'all saw those t-shirts and stuff I racked up on. Okay, well, I dropped like 2 big bags off to them over there with that. I'm gonna also take some of these swim diapers over there because they have kids. They have, swim play, water play, or whatever. I'm gonna take them over there. I also found some wipes that were on sale when I was in Family Dollar, and I dropped that stuff off too. I'm gonna take some of this bubble bath that I have over there to them probably one day next week. Probably the day that I have my doctor's appointment, I'll just swing by there and take it. So I will be, they even take gently used items. I'm going to reach out to my daughter and see if Chunky Butt, if she have some clothes that she would like to donate. Um, and I'll take them and drop them by there. Just to, they're teens. They don't know. They don't, I mean, they may know and they may not know. You know what I mean? Either way, they don't have anyone. They have this facility that they opened for them. And it's good in a way because it's just them. No guys are there, only girls. That's a good and a bad thing because you know women don't always get along, but they bond together. They have them like doing certain jobs and stuff as well. They helping these young ladies get jobs. They also have a daycare facility there. So their kids are growing up in this facility, but it's like a home to them. So I think that is so awesome. Um, so they can learn from each other. And their kids can grow up with one another until they, of course, um, get their own place. And that's what they're helping them to do as well, is to get their own place if they choose to want to move out as they grow and get older and learn some things. Some of them may want to move out, and so they're teaching them life skills, if you will. So I think that's important because they're teens. They don't know. And apparently the parents put them out, or they're runaways, or whatever their situation is. It's good that they have a place to go and they feel comfortable there. When I visited, they were playing games. They have movie nights. They do different things. And that's good to keep their mental off of their situation. So I had the pleasure of speaking with a few of the girls, and they're wonderful girls. They just bad situations. So they all have goals. They all want to go to college. All except for maybe 3 of them. They no, college is not for them. School was never good for them when they went to high school, so they will just want to take a trade, and they're helping them to do that, which is still good. College and school is not for everyone, but those that want to go, they're helping them to get scholarships and the necessary things that they need to be able to go to college. So excuse me, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna end this live. You guys that are out, be safe, hydrate. Make sure you got your counterfeit pen. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just learn how to look your money, and make sure if they're paying you with Cash App that you cash your money out. You don't have to do it instant, like an instant transfer. You could do like the standard and they won't charge you. But cash your money out right away. Do not leave it sitting in your Cash App at all. Because until you claim that money, they can go back and pull that money out. So be mindful of that. When you hit your ching, you gonna get on your phone and hit standard or instant. If you want to pay the fee, hit instant. If you don't want to pay the fee and you can wait a couple of days, hit standard, and it'll go to wherever you want it to go to. And a lot of people are under the impression that if that your money goes directly to your card once they pay you. No, it's still sitting there until you claim it and tell it where to go. So make sure you do that. Even in Venmo as well. I don't do Zelle because Zelle is normally connected to your actual checking account, and a lot of people's accounts can be hacked that way. So I don't do Zelle at all. So I use Square. Everything I do goes through Square. If they want to cash at me, that goes through through Cash App, but I have all my things going through Square. I use my Square. And if they pay me Venmo, I cash my money out standard right away. I don't let it sit there. But please, please, please don't let your money sit in Cash App. And do not let them use Cash App card either, because the scam is, and I don't want to scare anybody, but you need to know. Knowledge is power, and knowledge is key to know when someone is scamming you. A lot of these people are using using a blank Cash App card. And what they're doing is tapping it or however they're doing it. And when they do it, it's taking that amount from your checking account instead of them paying it to you. Okay? So just be aware of that. Okay? What else? I think that's all. I think I've given a lot of information as far as what we need to do as business women and men or business owners. And if you're going out, be aware of your surroundings. And if you can, take someone with you. If you can't, just work one customer at a time. They're either gonna be patient and wait, or they're gonna leave. I'd rather for you to do that than to be having multiple people sending you Cash Apps and then someone goes off without paying. Okay? So I don't have where they can scan my barcode for a reason. No, you're going to come up here and pay me directly. Either you're going to pay me cash or you're going to pay me via however you're going to pay me. But I don't have my thing where they can scan my Cash App or my Venmo. I don't have that out there like that, because that's how a lot of them, or we think, okay, we get a whole lot of people at one time. Well, we scanned you. Okay, I got you. You're hearing the ding. You're hearing, but that's not matching up to what's being put into your payment. So be mindful of that. I'd rather for them to go ahead on and leave, and if you're going to get frustrated and leave, then that's fine. At least I know you're not taking my product and not paying it, because that very product that you put down, someone else will come and someone else will purchase it. Not today, maybe tomorrow, or even the next holiday, but you will not leave and not pay for the product. Okay, so be mindful of that, because they will. And you got to be mindful of people coming up in multiples, because they're scamming. You got people, one that get your attention, and the other one will make off with your product. I've seen it so many times. And I'm like, okay. So you just really have to be mindful. Pray before you go. Pray over your spot before you take anything off your truck or your car. Before you put one tent out, before you take one basket out, table out, walk your space and pray. Even if you're setting up in the truck because it's raining or the weather is bad, pray over your truck. Still pray around that area. Pray over that whole area, because you don't know if you're going to take stuff off your truck or not, or to set up and let them know to come in. Pray over your whole location. Okay? And we all know we pray over our gifts before we take them out, while we're creating them, I pray over my products before I even bring them in my house. Before I even put them in my car, I pray over my products. I pray over my products once I get them out the store. I pray over them. And when I load them in my car, I pray again. And I pray before I bring them in my house. Because let me tell you something. Spirits are real, if y'all want to believe it or not. And another reason I do it, because I want to bless my items. And I want to show God that I'm appreciative of the items that He allowed me to acquire. Okay? So when I bring them in my office, I pray over everything that's in my office have been prayed over. Everything, all my inventory that's in this house has been prayed over. On down to my ribbon, my bags, my tape, my zip ties, my little twisty things that LBE told us about, them 1,000,001 twist ties. Yes, ma'am. You have to. So before I load my items in my, wherever I'm going to load them, I pray in it, whether it be the car or not. I pray before I bring one item out there. And I pray again. Once I load them, I pray again before I start unboxing. That's just, I know. Y'all stop. Because I know just because I'm unsavory doesn't mean that I don't have a relationship with God. It don't mean that I don't honor him. And it doesn't mean that he can't bless me. So that's my way of being appreciative and dedicating these items that I purchased back to God, because they're not mine. They're his. Everything in this house belongs to God, including me. I'm just here. Okay? So that's what I live by, and that's what I go by. And I know I'm unsavory, and the Lord already knew that. He knew I was going to be unsavory when he created me, okay? But that doesn't have anything to do with my relationship with him, my heart, and how I handle things, okay? So, guys, I'm going to end this live. It's been 1 hour and 26 minutes and 23 seconds, and I'm going to end this live because I'm sure you guys are going to fast forward. But if you fast forward, you're going to miss some things that could be some good nuggets for you. So please watch until the end, which is now, because I'm about to end. And if you did skip, put your finger on that damn rewind button, okay? And go back and watch the whole video, because you don't know what I'm saying. You don't know what you're missing out. What information could be valuable and what's just full of crap. So in order for you to know that, you got to watch the whole live. Yep, the whole hour and some change, okay? So guys, until next time, this is your girl Hope with JCD Creations. Until the next time, you guys be the best you that you can be. Don't stress. Allow God to handle the rest. Go out there and sell, sell, sell. Don't worry about selling out. Because if you don't sell out, it'll put you ahead for your next holiday, your next event, your next order. You never know. Everything happens for a reason. What you're supposed to sell, you will sell. What you got to bring back, you will bring back. That's just it, and that's all. It's already written. We're living our life in rewind, okay? We're living our life in rewind. Everything that we encounter God already knew it was going to happen. Has already been, it's predestined. It is what it is, okay? So we're living our life in rewind. God already know what's going to happen. He already know what we're going to do, how we're going to react, what we're going to sell, what we're not going to sell is already written, okay? So don't be discouraged. Don't be upset. Don't say, I'm never doing this again, because you don't know. Next year may be even better. It all depends, okay? We got to think about when these people paychecks fall, when their bills coming in, if they making some money, if they lost their job, if they got a new job. You don't know. So get out there and sell to the best of your ability. Greet your people with joy and a smile on your face, because smiles goes a mile, okay? So smile, be courteous to them, joke with them, talk to them, be your authentic self. And that's what's going to sell your amazing, amazing baskets. You got to be yourself in order to sell the product that you created and that you stand by, that you have faith in and believe in, okay? And you created these gifts with your heart. You created these gifts to bring someone else's joy. So with that same joy that you created these gifts with, and the same joy that you had when you got the product to get these gifts together, use the same joy to sell them, okay? Until next time, guys, Love you guys. Bye.